Alright, so when you throw a ball, and this is why we do this game here, this fun warm-up game, is because I don't want you to have improper throwing form.
Okay, right here we have me explaining critical elements of the fundamental motor skill, which is throwing.
Just leg up a little bit. I know we're not pitching, but you kind of still want to lift this leg up a step forward.
These include side to target in preparation for throwing action, arm back and extended, step with opposite foot as throwing arm moves forward, hip and spine rotate as throwing action is executed, and then finally follow through toward target and across the body.
So I want to go against the wall. So step forward.
Throwing is a manipulative skill, and in Standard 1, third graders must demonstrate 3 of the 5 critical elements of a mature pattern in non-dynamic environments for distance and or for force. So my non-dynamic environment was this gym here. I asked the students to practice throwing the ball back and forth over the imaginary half court line. As you could tell, we're enclosed in this small gym, and that bat was the dividing half court line. And the students were just required to just throw those small gator skin balls back and forth. I did teach a little bit about catching, and you'll probably see here in a minute. Not that that was required, I was really focused on. My focus was on throwing during this activity. So the students um, were split in half, and once the activity began, all they did was throw the ball. Now, I told them they just had to throw it across the gym with no target. However, I did say they should try to aim for the backboard or try to make a hoop with the gator skin ball. That way they could work on their accuracy, the precision, and there was no need to dodge or a ball or, as I said, try to catch them or get them over there as quick as possible. It was more of a constant environment where they leisurely threw and focused more on their form than their entertainment, I guess. My assessment of this activity was through observation. When a student had improper form, I would walk up to him and talk to him and then show him the proper form. A lot of them did a great job being third graders, but there was a few that would throw off their wrong foot or um, throw sidearm. So I would just talk to them a little bit about it and ask them just demonstrate a proper throw, and they could.
Alright, so when we hit these balls here in a minute, you need to learn how to strike it properly. The lift is object. In this case, you're going to use that.
So after throwing, we went ahead and moved on to another manipulative skill in striking with a long implement. And for third grade, it states that the student should be able to strike a ball with a long handled implement like a hockey stick or bat, sending it forward while using proper grip for the implement. There's a little note here. It says use batting tee or ball tossed by teacher for batting.
Very, very low pitches. It should be in this middle area. So when you swing, you step into it, swing the bat, all the way through like this.
For grade 3, all they were required to do is send that ball forward and make sure they had proper grip. And I allowed the students to partner up and observe each other, kind of like a partner assessment there. So they could use some peer evaluation to make sure they're each hitting properly. Okay, so I could observe them hitting a ball forward. I did pitch this. That's one of those small gator skin balls again. and I had the students line up on the wall, and I observed their grip as I threw the ball, and when they made contact, I observed to make sure they hit it forward. As you could see, a couple of foul balls there, but after a couple of swings, they got the hang of it.
Ready?
Now I divided up the team, and you can't see, but I have a bucket full of balls behind me, and I had half that class play defense, the other half line up to hit the ball. And I had a ball collector, so they throw it to the ball collector and they throw it in that bucket. So all I did was reach back there and grab a ball. Now this game moves really quickly once the students understand that once they pick up the bat, they're going to get a ball thrown in their direction. So they started as soon as one person hit, they'd grab that bat and get in position to hit. And I'd get half a class through in about a minute.